Hello, class. Welcome to week 4. I'm very excited about what we have in front of us this week. I know you guys have been working very hard to some of you to understand because it's your first time, taking programming and others also to catch up and to get the assignments done ahead of time. And I appreciate all of that. So thank you for all of your effort. So I just want to go kind of like an overview of what we are going to work on this week and also the expectations of the things that you have to do. You're going to be introduced now to a new topic, which is working on for loops, conditions, and statements. Another thing that you're going to be continue working is the pseudocode and flowchart. You already work on that in the previous assignment, and I encourage you to continue pushing forward to get more knowledgeable and practice more about pseudocode and flowchart, understand the difference and how they work because it's very useful in the industry. So for loops, as you can read here, I'm not going to go over all of this because you are going to read it. As I mentioned, there are two types of loops in Python, for loops and while loops. One of the reasons that for loops or the loops are very good is because, for instance, if you have to print the integer for 1 or 5, you might be tempted, as it says here, to come up with the following, and that's true. Like if you don't know, you would do that, kind of like write it this way, right? And then you're gonna output this message, and guess what? You're gonna get this. Okay, you get the answer, but you have to write 5 lines of code. So the for loop will help you out to avoid that because imagine this is only 5 digits, but if you have to do 1,000, then it's gonna take you forever and then have to type a lot. So the solution for this can be found with 2 lines of code, and this is what you're using right here. If you see, it says for, and then it gives you I, right? In range x, y plus 1, print I. Okay, so it's giving you a loop and it's giving you a range function that will print all the integers from x to y. And then we're gonna see here what it says. Basically, what this code is doing is for every integer I starting at x, print the integer, and then repeat until you reach the stopping value y. So as you can see here, you have, instead of like using the print statement, this loop, this for loop here will execute that only in 2 lines of code instead of like thousands. So to print all the integers from 1 to 1,000, we would fill in our starting and stopping value 1 and 1,000 to get this. So if I do this, let's now go in here. I'm going to change this code and I'm going to just run it again. You can see that I got from all the numbers from 1 to 1,000 because I said here for I in the range 1 to 1,001 print I. So basically, let me go back into here. Basically here, you see that in this case, I had x, I had y plus 1 equal to I. And remember that we say that I is the integer as it's starting at x. So if x is 1, then that's the value of I. And then print, okay, now y is 1 plus 1 is 2. And then it's going to continue doing the loops until it reach the 1,000 point that we put in here. I'm giving you already the value what I'm looking for, and then it says I'm giving you x a 1 value, and then when I run it again, this number here is going to change to 1,001, then 1,002, and then it's going to go all the way up. I can just change it. At this point I left it until 1,000, but if I put here 2,000, it's going to just looping until it reach that number, and you're going to see over here, you see it went to 2,000. So that's the beauty of using loops, okay? Because loops, it just continue going until it meets that statement. Now, what is a while loop? So just like the range function has stopping value, loops always need to have a stop condition. And as I mentioned before, they're infinite loops that's going to continue just going and going and going and going and going around. But we have to avoid that issue. And the way we do that is to have a basic statement that have to be met to terminate the program. And this is what the while loop now is doing here. The while loop says, okay, the value of x is 20. Remember, x is equal to 20. And then I said, while x is greater than 15, continue printing x and add 1 more to it. Okay, so what I'm saying here is, and I'm going to just write it for you. I'm going to copy this and write it in my pie chart, and I'm going to run it. If you see, it's running and running and running until it meets that criteria. Like this one is never going to end. So as long as the value of x is greater than 15, this is going to be increasing the value of x by 1 at all time. So the program could print out the following sequence, 2021 is going to keep going. So this loop will never end because the number are increasing. So x is greater than 15 will always be true. So a simple fix would be to change the 4th line to read x minus 1, okay? And then let's see what's going to happen. So if we do this is adding. This is going to be decreasing. So let's put it the number that it was before, 20, and then let's put here 15. What is going to happen if I do this? So the code is going to print it because what it's doing now here is subtracting a number. X is 20. If a 620, which is greater than 15, subtract 1. Okay, now I got 16. Now, if it's 20 and it's greater than 16, subtract 1, 17. So it's gonna be reducing 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, and so on. So as I mentioned before, so you can definitely use the conditions not only using the example above, but also in a regular program. When you ask people about their age, etc., you can definitely use a statement there similar to the example over here. And you can convert the string into actual integer using the conversion that we used before when actually they add the input. Once again, we have all of these resources online. Please make sure that you do you go over the resources, do your zipbook activity, which I'm going to just show you right now. So here, the loops and the pseudocode, the way it works. So please read all of this so that you have better understanding. And if you have any question, reach out. This is what is pseudocode and how do you actually use it. You watch this. It's a nice video. You guys can definitely learn more about it. It's very useful. W3 School Python tutorial. I did that a long time ago. You can also get certified by W3 School. I recommend it if you want to learn Python, whether because you're just taking this class or you want to do machine learning, artificial intelligence later on, go for it. I encourage you to do it. So for the zipbook, you are going to work on the loops. Don't forget to do the assignments. Please make sure you do all the assignments and let me know if you have any questions. I know you're going to ask the question, okay, but which lab should I do? Everything is already there. In this zipbook activity, you will complete the following lab activities. Make sure you do all of these labs. They are going to help you not only to pass the class, but to also do the exercise and to practice more about looping. One thing that I want to let you know is that you have project 1 due next week. So project 1, basically all the guidance are here. You need to read it carefully. Make sure that you follow the rubric. I'm always going to go through the rubric and make sure that you follow it. You're going to use condition statements here. You are going to create pseudocode and flowchart. Make sure you know what you're doing and make sure that your code actually aligns with your pseudocode and your flowchart. Either or. You can pick a flowchart, you can pick a pseudocode, but make sure it does align because I'm going to be comparing both of them. And if I am lost and I don't understand, then I might reach out or you might fail that assignment. And I hope you don't, that's not what you're looking for. So all of the material that you need to do that, it's all out here. This is the grading method that we use. So please make sure that you get this done to avoid any issue, to avoid losing point. And that's not week 4. So that's everything that we have for week 4. Let me know if you have any question. Please reach out to me through email. This is the best way to do it. Don't forget to do your assignments. Don't forget to do your weekly discussion and provide at least 2 feedback to your peers. Have a good one. Have an awesome week. Enjoy.